What a week one. You couldn't have asked for a better week one, and we're still not completely done. Hey, don't forget to send your merchandise, your gear to represent your team. I now have a P.O. Box. It is P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. Anything you want to send me to represent your team so I can put on my back wall in my regular studio, send it to the P.O. Box, and I'll gladly do that. Also, shout out to Daniel Brazen. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Anyways, winner of week one score prediction. I picked number 5 Notre Dame at number 2 Ohio State. The final score was 21-10. His closest guess was 24-10. Only 3 points off and only 1 point better than the next runner-up. The next closest score was 17-10, which was 4 points off. So congratulations, Daniel. All winners will be paid on either the 24th or 23rd. So if you win more than once in the same month, you'll get all of it on the same day. If you want a chance to win your $20, all you have to do is join our Patreon page. You can join for as low as $2 a month. And for whatever dollar amount that you join, that's how many guesses you get per week for your chance to win $20 a week. And you can win as many times as you want. Well, guys, we're about to head back to South Carolina. But before we do, had to get one video out there. I might be able to do another one later this evening, or perhaps a live show. I think that'd be very interesting. So a quick video coming for you right before we get out of here. First of all, I got to talk about the LSU Florida State game real quick. That was a crazy game, very sloppy. I don't think that Florida State or LSU is going to be any good this year, but congratulations to Florida State. You eked out a win. You allowed LSU to march the field and grab a last-second touchdown, but of course they pushed the extra point and you win. Hey, a win's a win, right? Hopefully you can learn some things from this game, get better, because honestly, the college football world needs Florida State to be good. So come on, get better. All right, on to what I really want to talk about, and that's playoff expansion, possibly forcing Notre Dame to finally join the conference. So the conference plan of 12 teams was pushed through. I mean, this happened quick. It was announced sometime last week that they were going to take a vote on Friday. People asked me, what do you think this means? Well, I mean, if they're calling a meeting that fast, it's going to go through. That's what it means. You're not going to call a meeting that quickly and have people meet just to say no again. It was going to get pushed through. I knew it. So the format that they chose was a 12-team format. 6 conference champions get an automatic bid, including the 5 Power 5 champions, and then the 6 next ranked teams get in after them. The top 4 seeds have to be top 4 conference champions. They get the bye week, and then seeds 5 through 8 get home playoff games, and then seeds 9 through 12 get road playoff games. So the bottom line is you cannot qualify for a bye week unless you're a conference champion, and you can't be a conference champion unless you're in a conference. So how much does Notre Dame value that bye week? I mean, first of all, you have to have enough confidence in your brand that you will be that good. You could become a conference champion and get that bye week, but how much value do you put into that? I mean, Notre Dame has been independent, forever. They've been independent forever, and that's one of the feathers that they like to have in their cap. But this is something they might have to get over because college football is evolving right now. Tradition is out the window, guys, and I hate to say that. I love tradition, but it's out the window. Pac-12 teams playing in the Big Ten, Big 12 teams playing the SEC. I mean, that's just the way the world is moving right now, and it looks like Notre Dame is going to have to suck up their tradition as well and join a conference. So the question is going to be, which conference do they choose? Now, the no-brainer is the Big Ten, right? I mean, most of their rivalries is in the Big Ten. I mean, they're going to make a lot of money in the Big Ten. They definitely do not fit in the SEC. Not going to join the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is going down the crapper, and that wouldn't really make any sense at all. Big 12, I mean, I haven't really thought about Notre Dame joining the Big 12, but I guess it's possible. I mean, they would definitely add some value. They are more of a Midwest type of team, so there is some sense there as far as Notre Dame joining the Big 12. Man, I can't believe I haven't thought of that, but I guess Notre Dame being such a big brand, you'd think either the Big 10 or the SEC, or they're already affiliated with the ACC, but the Big 12, maybe they're a dark horse for Notre Dame to join. I mean, they did talk to NBC about filling some games for the Big 12. That could be the link. I don't know. I'd put the Big 12 number 3 as far as likelihood of Notre Dame joining. 5 would be Pac-12. 4 would be the SEC. 3 the Big 12. 2 is going to be the Big 10. So you know they're not number 1. The hump that I cannot get over, and that Notre Dame fans can't get over, and that Notre Dame itself cannot get over, is the Michigan hump. I'm telling you, they take that thing personally. Michigan got whooped by Notre Dame back in the day, and because of that, they refused to play Notre Dame for like 20, 30 years, something like that. And it was a big political thing. They kept Notre Dame out of the Big Ten for a while, and now they want Notre Dame back in the Big Ten, and nobody's apologized. Maybe if there's some apologies, we apologize for something that happened 70 years ago. Do you accept our apology when you join the Big Ten? I don't know, but from the conversations that I've had with Notre Dame fans, it's serious. The Michigan thing is serious, and they do not want to be in the same conference as Michigan. So that's why I have the Big Ten at number 2. And then, of course, number 1, the ACC. They're already with an affiliation with the ACC, so it would make sense. How much would they be able to renegotiate that TV deal with Notre Dame being a full-time football member? I don't know. And remember, the ACC just signed a deal with Comcast/Xfinity, so there's going to be a lot more potential viewers to watch these ACC games. I don't know. Notre Dame could be the savior of the ACC if they choose to do so, and that would be another feather in their cap. And I think that would be important to Notre Dame to be known as, the savior of the ACC, kept the ACC from dying. Maybe it would keep the bigger brands from leaving too, like Clemson and Florida State and North Carolina, Virginia. It would keep them from leaving. I don't know. And then, of course, bring in West Virginia with Notre Dame. That'd make a ton of sense. A lot of rivalries already in there. And I think that would give the ACC a ton of leverage to renegotiate that TV deal and make it much, much better than what it is right now. And we already know that the ACC and ESPN have talked about renegotiating that TV deal. I don't know what they can do right now with the current format and nobody coming in, nobody leaving. They just realize it's a terrible TV deal, so we need to renegotiate so this conference will last longer. I don't know. But you bring in Notre Dame with West Virginia, and you're gonna be making a lot more money. You already know. I've already done a video on the value of West Virginia. I mean, they played the Backyard Brawl for the first time in over a decade. Smashed TV records as far as being the most watched Thursday night college football game in like 4 years. Number 1 ACC watch game, I think forever, like all time. So West Virginia, yes, they do bring their value as well. But I don't think West Virginia by themselves would be enough to move the needle and save the ACC. You bring in Notre Dame and you say, hey, Notre Dame, we will give you the label of the savior of the ACC if you come join us, and we'll get a great TV deal. And the ACC is a very winnable conference, so yeah, there's your bye week right there. All you have to do is win the ACC, go through there with only 1 loss or go undefeated, and boom, there you go. You're a conference champion. You can get that bye week. So there's a lot of positives for Notre Dame to join the ACC. So that's why I have the ACC at number 1, because they're already affiliated with the ACC. That Michigan factor in the Big Ten is a big-time deal, and the ACC is way more winnable over the Big Ten as far as winning the conference championship and getting that bye week. And then West Virginia would just sweeten the pie even more. You have all those rivalries that would bring up the TV deal and bring in eyeballs, not just from the West Virginia fan base, but from the fan bases that are already in there. I mean, the Backyard Brawl proves it. Pitt fans do not really care about their team unless they're playing either West Virginia or Penn State. So right there, you're bringing value from the Pitt fans. And the same thing would go for the Louisville fans, the Syracuse fans, the Boston College fans, the Virginia Tech fans, and the Miami fans. And some other teams in the ACC as well. I'm not trying to leave y'all out, but I'm just talking about rivalries. I've talked to the North Carolina fan base, the Clemson fan base, the Florida State fan base, the NC State fan base. There's a lot of fan bases that aren't rivals with West Virginia that have let me know, hey, we want you in the ACC because we would love to play West Virginia. So this might be the perfect storm for the ACC to bring in Notre Dame and West Virginia. So the 2 questions. Number 1, will Notre Dame join a conference because of playoff expansion? And number 2, if they do, what conference are they going to join? This is going to be a big debate right here. So y'all let me know in the comments section what you think about this situation. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.